morning, everybody. I am Reverend Maria Leggett, and I am so excited to be on here tonight. Let's talk about the energy that we're in right now. I mean, this is really crazy. We have 6 planets that are retrograde right now. We have one that's getting ready to leave retrograde, and we have another one that's coming in. Jupiter will go retrograde September 5th. And so we have Mercury retrograde, which is really messing with everybody's communication. And it's, all the things that are happening. In fact, right before I logged in, it was, oh, your password is wrong. You need to change it. I'm like, wait a minute, what? And so, because of all these retrograde things that we have going on, we also have Neptune in retrograde, and Neptune is water, right? Poseidon, water. Water is all about emotions. So if you are like so many other of my clients are dealing with tons of emotions where they're all over the place, this is going to be why your emotions are all over the place. Because astrologically, things are just all fakakta. And so what you can do is you can look at the 6 planets that are in retrograde and you can see where they are in your chart. And when you do that, you're going to see what house they're messing with and what's happening. And at that point, you're going to know what is affected and what's going on. And so I just want to make sure that everybody knows this is what's going on and you are not crazy. I have lots of clients who talk to me today. I'm crying for no reason. I don't understand. This is why. And so just kind of bear with this energy until it's over and go within and seek the things that you need to seek, release, let go, because it's time for us to stop holding on to things. So I just want to say many blessings to everybody who is watching. And I would like to welcome Catherine to the show. Hello, Catherine. How are you?
Hi, Maria. I'm well. How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing very well. How may I be of service to you this evening?
I'd like a little guidance, really particularly like 3 specific areas. I just recently was hospitalized for almost 3 months. I'm out of the hospital. I'm dead broke. I have so many bills and no money to pay them with. So I don't think I see any money coming my way. And then with regard to my job, I need to find a job pretty soon here. I'm curious about what my income, where it will come from, since it's a steady source.
Yep, totally understand. So one of the things that Spirit is showing me is for you, Catherine, it's going to be really important that you sit down and start doing some of the busy work. And I call it busy work because it's stuff that nobody likes to do. It's like calling the places to say, okay, look, this is where I'm at. This is what's happening. Can you work with me? And that's going to show Spirit that you're trying to step into that energy of helping yourself and making sure that you can try to get things in order. And they're also showing to not limit yourself in the type of jobs that you're looking for. Instead of saying, this is what I prefer to do, Spirit is saying, at this point, we need to be able to bring in a paycheck so we can pay the bills, because they're showing me that there's not unemployment or something coming in to help you with this stuff. And so that being able to take a job, regardless of what it is going to help you to at least establish I have an income coming in so that you can get on a payment plan and do the things that you needed to for all of the bills coming in. Does that make sense to you?
It does, yes.
And they're also asking right now for you to, it's funny because they're all in a rush to say all of that. And so now they're saying, okay, it's time to pause and take a breath, because they're talking to me about you sitting in this overwhelm of I have all the things. All the things are running through my mind. And what about this? And what about that? And Spirit says, we want you just to be able to take a step back and write down all the things that you need to handle, write down all the things so that you can look at them and not miss something. Because they're showing me that you have a tendency sometimes to go like really headstrong into something and you don't like double check stuff, so you can miss some of the important stuff and go, oh my God, I missed this. Does that make sense?
It does. My partner always says I go 100 miles an hour with my hair on fire. I'm like, go, go, go.
Yeah. And so it's going to be really important that you start writing things out so you can keep track of, this is a phone call I've made. This is what's due. Here are the dates when things are due. And that's going to help you to say to Spirit, okay, look, I need you to bring in this in order to meet this, in order to meet this. And it's also going to give you an opportunity to know who I need to call first to say, let's make payment arrangements. Let's get this done. Let's get that done. They're also showing me that somewhere in like the next 6 months that there might be a move for you, and just to be prepared for that. And in that move, it's time for you to start looking at what are the things that I need to start paring down in the house. Because it's, I have all these things that I love and I want this and I want that. And some of the things you can actually let go of because you can sell them to help bring in some money to help pay for things so that you don't have to have this big overwhelm of, oh my gosh, I've got $980 worth of stuff due right now and I've got like 560. And so you can start to sell some things to let that money start to come in so that you can let go of the angst and be able to sit and breathe and go, okay, I can do this. And then also finding out if there are things that you can do with friends um, who may own businesses or who may be, part of businesses to say, okay, look, this is what I need. Can we barter somehow for some of the things that you're going to need? It is a sad state to me that in the States we have forgotten that, the United States started on the bartering system. It was, you do this for me, I'll do that for you. And sometimes we really need to step back into that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
And I don't know why this is important, but Spirit's telling me to tell you that your dog is going to be absolutely fine and you don't need to worry about it. I don't know why that's important, but I'll just share that with you. I'm sorry?
Should be fine. I misheard. Did you say the dog or the dog?
The dog, G-O-D-D-O-G, dog.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the dog, but they're telling me to tell you that everything's going to be fine with the dog, not to worry about that. And just to literally like broaden your horizons, open yourself up because they're showing me that you're the only thing that has been stopping you from earning more money than what you want to earn. And that you stopping it means that you don't necessarily believe that you can do other things when you have such wonderful potential. And it's time for you to start stepping into that potential of what you can do going forward. So yes, you can get the job for now that's going to start paying some bills, but they also want you to look at, are there schools and things that you can go to that you can either get a grant for the education to pay for it, or that you can say, do you have a hardship fund or a grant or something that I can do that will help me because I really feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. And you're going to be able to help more people that way because they're showing me that you like to be of service to people, but you're not sure how to make money at doing it. Does that make sense?
It does.
And so that's really what they're asking you to do is to ask, because what's the worst thing you hear? No. You just keep going and ask again. Don't limit yourself. Just because one person says no doesn't mean that the second person will say no, doesn't mean that the third person will say no. You just have to show Spirit that you're not going to give in, because they're showing it to me as though there are times when you can be really frustrated. You kind of just throw your hands up and go, that's it, I can't do this. And they're saying that it's going to be really helpful for you not to do that this time so that you can sit back and breathe and go, you know what, Spirit, I know you've got my back. I know you're going to be here with me. God's never let me down before. I know you're not going to let me down now. And move forward in that energy of, I believe, so I achieve. Does that make sense?
I love that. Yeah, I've never heard that before. I believe so much. That's great. So
Yeah.
true.
Yes, I believe, so I achieve. So it's, and right now, especially because we're in this blue super moon, this is the time to manifest. This is a time when you sit there and say, okay, here's my big dream. This is what I see. And you don't ask for it, Catherine. What you do is you say, thank you for giving me this big, huge dream. And you just keep saying thank you every single day, because as you say thank you, what you're doing is you're telling the other side and your spirit team, this is already done. So I'm saying thank you. And they're like, oh, we need to get on the ball and start bringing her all these things. So manifesting happens much better without asking. It's just saying thank you. Does that make sense?
Because I know it's coming my way. Thank you in advance.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes, because you know that it's coming. So it's just saying thank you. And I mean, it's the same way that I've had to run my business, right? Earlier this year, things were slow. And so I just started going to bed every night and saying, thank you, Spirit, for booking out my schedule. Thank you, Spirit, for booking out my schedule. Thank you for selling out my classes. And sure enough, my schedule is now sold out and my classes are beginning to sell more. And it's just because I said thank you for it. And I believed that it was coming. So it took a little while, but it's here. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. The more I'm grateful for, the more I'm provided with.
Yes. And because when we sit there and we go, oh my God, I don't have this and I don't have that, then we're putting that vibration out into the world, which is that law of attraction, right? If I don't believe I have it, then I don't. And we don't want to do that anymore. We want to be fully abundant, and we want to know, hey, listen, I've got this much money in savings, or at least I have enough to pay my monthly bills. It's not like you're asking for, $35,000 in the bank. You just want to make sure that you can make your bills every month and you can keep the car and do all the things. And Spirit is saying, we will bring all of that to you. We just need you to trust and believe.
Okay. I like that. It's awesome. Thank you so much. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, thank you so much, Catherine. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
You as well. Have a blessed night. Thank you for your wonderful guidance.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much to everybody who showed up this evening. I am so grateful for all of you. I cannot wait to see you again next week on Wednesday at 8:45. And hopefully the energy feels much better than it does right now. We have like 2 more weeks of Mercury retrograde and then we're done. So if you'd like to book a reading with me, go to marialeggett.com and I would love to see you in a one-on-one reading. Thank you so much.